right, I'm so excited. The first video uploaded, so I found my issues. We can do the video. Awesome. So, our first video, we talked about the target market, segmentation, and those kind of things, and how important it is. I'm also going to, I forgot to mention, I'm going to put up a couple links to websites that are actually used by professionals, and they're free. To help you better define your target audience and identify some psychographics, because that can be challenging. One is called VALS, which is VALS, and the other one is called PRISM, where you can enter your zip code for the location you're at, and it'll show you what the primary characteristics of the people in your area are like. So those are very useful tools that you can use in your personal career. So I encourage you to use those. All right, so we've done, we've looked at our target audience and segmentation and that stuff. And so your second thing that you'll be doing this week is your SWOT analysis. And again, this is very important. It defines strengths and weaknesses, which are internal to the company. These are things that you can change. You have the ability to change these things. They're resources and things that you have available within the company, and you have the power to take the strength and make it stronger, or you want to use those in your marketing plans. Or if there's a weakness, it's something you can look on changing maybe, or you still want to know those in case they come up in your, things later on in your marketing plan. And then at the bottom of our diagram, we have opportunities and threats. Now, these are things outside of your company that you have no control over. You can't, there's opportunities are just things that you can't control, but you can take advantage of that will help you. Threats are things that can hurt you, and you plan for them as much as you can, or be prepared if and when they happen. Let's take that sport analogy again, okay? Let's say you've got a basketball team, and you scout your competitors. They do that all the time. They watch video and stuff, and they realize this team that's coming up that they'll be playing are a lot shorter. So one of your strengths for your basketball team is that you've got a height advantage, and that's a strength that you can use. So what would you do with that? Okay, why is that important? Because when you play that team, you're going to have you're going to set up plays that take advantage of that strength. You might have your big tall guys playing under the basket, and you just pop down the ball to them, and since they're so much taller than the competition, they'll be easy to make the basket. So a lot of your plays are going to happen right in the paint, right? All right. So if you find also that one of your weaknesses is that maybe you're slower than the other team, and I'm getting Gracie here because she's making a lot of noise. So say hello, Gracie. Yeah. Your speed is a weakness, so compared to their team. So you've got to figure out how you're going to handle maybe a full court press or something. So, that's just a simple example. But when you're looking at your company, again, your strengths and weaknesses, those are resources within the company. And one thing that I do to help my students in the classroom understand this is we do a personal SWOT analysis. And since we are all students, myself included, I thought we could practice your SWOT analysis by doing a personal one as a student. You can do it on something else if you want. This isn't graded. You don't have to do it, but it's always really good to practice. If you do it, you're more than welcome to send it to me, and I'll review it and let you know how you did. And so to help you out with it, to help you better understand it, I did my own SWOT analysis this morning, my personal SWOT analysis as a doctoral student. And, you know, I showed some of my strengths as like I love to research. Sometimes, though, for me, that can be a threat because, or not a threat, but a weakness, because sometimes I get too involved in the research and I spend more time than what I need to. You know, some other, like an opportunity that I listed is that I have access to 2 online libraries that have all the resources I need. So, you know, those, I can't control that those online libraries, but I want to take advantage of them because they're available. My husband is a bivocational pastor, so one of our threats is if there's an emergency with a family in our church, you know, someone is in the hospital or something, sometimes that pulls me away from needing to do my homework and can cause some problems. It has in the past that it's taken away time, but it's an emergency. I can't control it, but it's one of those things that I have to plan for. So I've put, my personal SWOT analysis in the discussion post so that you can see my examples. And I encourage you to do it, your personal SWOT as a student, because you know, it's really good practice. Nobody knows you better than you do, right? And you can really visualize what I'm trying to talk about, because you can look internally and see your strengths and weaknesses, but you can also look externally to see what opportunities and threats are out there that might help or hurt you from being a good student. So do that, or I encourage you to do that. And also, to help you with your SWOT analysis, there is a video for you to watch in our module, in a week 2 module. Again, the information is on that module overview, so I encourage you to read it. There's a nice example there. I'm also going to post a couple more videos on doing SWOT analysis. And what you're to do with this assignment is you're to do your SWOT analysis. This is your discussion post for this week. You will be doing a SWOT analysis on your pet food product, okay? The personal SWOT analysis, that's just practice, so don't get this confused. It's like I said, you don't even have to do it if you don't want to, but it's just a practice. But your discussion post is on your business. Now, this isn't due until Thursday, so I really encourage you to take your time with this. Don't rush it. And, you know, knowing some things about this target audience will also maybe help with the SWOT analysis. And, take your time. And, you know, if you have any questions, give me a call. But what you're to do with this is you create your SWOT analysis in the template, which is a PowerPoint. When you're done with it, save it as a image. You can do JPEG or whatever. I have a snipping tool on my computer. If you have that, that's really easy to save an image that way, and I use it. But and when your discussion will actually be to pick out one of the strengths that you've identified and how you're going to leverage that. And then you're to write 1 or 2 paragraphs that talk about how the company can use this information that you've provided in the SWOT to develop your marketing strategies and activities, and give some examples. It's really important that you give some examples. She's rubbing against my laptop. And then in your responses to at least 2 classmates, which isn't due until, you know, Sunday night, look at their threats and weaknesses and how that might hinder them from being able to do these activities or strategies that they've mentioned in their initial post. Okay? So again, take your time with this. You've got till Thursday at midnight, your standard time to get this done. You want to get it right, and please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me or email, text, whatever. Best of luck in doing your SWOT and identifying your target audience. And I will see you next week. Have a good week. Bye.